Shout out goes out to our current channel members. If you were interested in picking up a channel membership for as little as $1.99 a month, head over to my channel profile and hit the join button to view all of the available perks. Thanks! So hello there and welcome back to the channel for an all new video here today. In this particular video, things are going to be switched up just a little bit, as instead of talking about a theory or something from the past or anything like that, instead, we are actually going to be talking about and attempting to answer a very simple question. The question of, are Ninjago fans too negative, and do they complain a little bit too much? Now, this has been something that people have essentially always brought up within the Ninjago community, I'd say. I mean, it's just one of those pretty normal kind of statements people like to make here and there. It's a general statement that is just brought up, and has always been brought up since probably the inception of the Ninjago community. However, recently, I feel as though the whole point we're making this video, and the reason it's kind of been brought up a little bit, and has been the inspiration behind this video in the first place, out of nowhere, it's because people have pointed this out with the rise of Ninjago United, with the release of that particular installment kind of around the corner, to be honest, as it will be coming in 2023, presumably either the early first half of the year, or the second, or towards the middle half of the year, if that makes any sense. We've spoken about this in the past, and I've already made a whole video talking about this, as people's opinions on it so far aren't too keen on this idea, I'll put it that way. Feel free to go and check out that video though, where I talk about all of that more in depth and give my thoughts on it. So basically though, others have been calling this extremely unnecessary, if you want, and have been complaining about it, as, you know, people have just constantly been complaining about the new season when we don't even know anything really about it, other than a few fan theories, which is what people have been going off of. Now, to give my own personal take on this, I think that in the case of United and people's opinions on it, and how they are kind of overly negative, I think it is true that people are being, well, overly negative, especially when you take into account the fact that we really know minimal information about it officially. Sure, we have lots of fan theories that are suggesting maybe it will be centered around a new ninja team or a next generation of ninja. Those are all complete fan theories though, and honestly, that may not be happening, but that is what people are judging their own opinions on, and that's why things are so negative at this point. I think people definitely need to chill out on that though, and to just realise that those are just fan theories, and really anything could happen, and those may actually not be true, you know, once we get the full installment released to us, and it could just be about the main ninja, which I think people definitely do need to realise and chill out on just a little bit. Obviously, you're entitled to your opinion on the theories and calling those negative, but applying those to the official season itself at this point in time, yeah, definitely a little bit of a strange thing to do, considering, again, we know no proper official information regarding the season. However though, for my opinions on, are Ninjago fans too negative and do they complain too much in general, just overall in the Ninjago community when it comes to criticising the show? In general though, I don't really think this is the case, to be honest. I think it's just people criticising the show, and if people can't handle that, that's kind of a problem on their part, in my personal opinion, and that's where I personally come from with this whole thing. I wouldn't say that Ninjago fans complain too much and take things too seriously. I mean, sure, there are cases where people do definitely take things too seriously. I think pretty much all of us can agree on that. But just looking at it from an overall point of view, and just looking at things as they are absolutely overall without taking any specific instances into account, I wouldn't necessarily say that Ninjago fans are, quote-unquote, too negative and criticise it too much. People are definitely entitled to their own opinions, and if they want to criticise certain aspects of the show, go for it. I know I definitely do that a lot here on the channel. I make a lot of my videos around criticising the show, and I wouldn't say there's anything really wrong with that. I still love Ninjago dearly. It is an amazing show overall, in my opinion, for what it is, and I still love it, and I've pretty much grown up with it for several years at this point, and so I really can't say I dislike it. I just think that criticism is, in a way, kind of a fun thing to do. I know that sounds a bit weird, but that is how I genuinely do think about this whole thing, and I think that criticising isn't inherently a bad thing, and I wouldn't say that people are, again, too negative about this overall. With all of this being said though, I think that is going to do it for this one here. Definitely a little bit of a shake-up in terms of video content, but I did want to discuss this one, as I've seen it being brought up a lot recently. With all of this being said though, be sure to drop all of your own thoughts and opinions on this down below in the comments. I would love to hear your own thoughts on this. If you enjoyed this video here though, be sure to, of course, leave a like on it, subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell so that you can be the first to view my new videos whenever I do post them. And with all of this being said, I will see you all very soon for my next one.